What's going on, everybody? Hey, listen, before we continue in this episode, have you checked to see if you've subscribed yet? You need to subscribe. Come on, if you like these videos and you're enjoying what you're watching, then it's about time that you go ahead and subscribe. Maybe you haven't noticed yet. Check now. Did you? No? All right, go ahead, hit that notification button, subscribe. It helps YouTube to know that you like our content. All right, see you on the next one. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another It Starts With Me show. We are here. It is Wednesday, 12:30 Eastern time, all right? 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And we have a great show coming up. We have with us today, it's going to be Jade, and she's amazing. She has actually done an interview with my executive assistant, Anna. And so she's coming on to our show. We're going to learn a whole lot about her. She's brilliant in podcasting and things like this. First off, though, let's talk about this. It Starts With Me is here for you every single Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And we want you all to come on out here where we feature individuals who are able to teach these magnificent transitional stories about how they went from here to there and how they made certain choices to be able to get themselves through different types of situations in their life and coming out on the other side in a more positive and bright way. So we're definitely grateful for all of our interviewees in that matter, that they're sharing these stories with us. Also, on Fridays, every single Friday, the Community Beacon is here. It'll be myself with my co-host, Michael Seville, and we are here to explore the lessons that we are learning and to share those with people everywhere so that they may be able to gain a more freer mindset and excel to the highest of themselves that they possibly can be, and then even take off from there. So please be with us then. It's every single Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. You can find us right here on the Tenacity Foundation YouTube. And then again, Mike will be back around again on Mondays. All right. And he's doing a program that's called What It Takes. And it's every single Monday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern, where Mike, the business mogul and also the real estate king, is giving out great information, jewels and gems to help people to scale their lives as well as their businesses. So please join in and support that program as well. All right. So now we have Miss Jade, and I believe it's Domo, that's going to be coming on in just a moment. And just to kind of give you a little bit of a bio for her, she is a podcaster extraordinaire, and she's also a podcaster manager. She is a part of the Global Youth Ambassador, or she is a Global Youth Ambassador for TheirWorld, and she's also a coach online at the Global Learning Platform. So let's welcome her to the front at this time, Jade.
Hi, Joel. Thank you for inviting me on your show.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for being here with us. And I got a chance to listen to the interview with you and Anna, and I just enjoyed it so much.
Really, we talked about you know life of Anna, and she used Tagalog word. Have you understand that language? Filipino language.
No, I don't understand everything. And I was listening to it, and I'm so grateful that you did some of it in English. So it was kind of funny, but I was sitting there at a Starbucks, and I had my cell phone there, and I was listening. I listened to the entire thing. I think maybe I might have missed it like 5 minutes or so. So I think that I was even there, like punching in words to it, like, hey, that was awesome. Yeah, I love it. So definitely supporting you all in what you're doing. So I'm definitely glad to have you here. How's your week been going?
Well, like what I said, I have internship, like 4 internship for this month, and that's so hectic schedule, you know. Then with my studies at the same time, online class, it's kind of horrible, horrible, you know, moments to, you know, to put all of this stuff and, you know, do it. But it's fun and challenging.
I think that's powerful, So I recall, there was a certain point in time when I was looking to become a firefighter. And during that time, I didn't have, I needed to have money. I worked 3 jobs and I went to college at the same time before I decided to actually jump into fire school. And I just think that, that challenge and it being fun was definitely there for me. But in order for us to reach the goals that we desire, I think that there is a point where you have to challenge yourself to be the very best that you can be.
Yep, that's true.
So your internship, tell us more about, you said 4 of them. That's a whole lot. So what kind of internships are they?
Yeah, the oldest internship that I have was, it is IC Caribbean podcast. It is an agency, travel agency in somewhere in Caribbean, United States. Then I did, or I'm doing a lot of things, you know, managing people, managing podcasts, because they don't have any idea what is podcast all about. So we started from scratch. But the beautiful is they have team, you know, who have handle social media, graphic design, what else, marketing. That's, I think, one of the advantage of having that internship, because, you know, managing people is like challenging but exciting moment. Then I have, how do I say this, internship about video editing. It's like in Hungary. One of my, you know, Filipino friend, he asked me to do his podcast, but it's about video editing. Then the next was audio editing. It's like a military broadcast show somewhere in US, but I forgot that place, specific place. Then the last was, I think, the the newest, which is making her, you know, graphic design and publish in different hosting platforms.
Wow. So it's actually 5 different internships.
Yep.
That and on top of that, you're studying.
Yes.
So are they
Yes.
teaching you or are you teaching them?
You know what? This was my best school that I ever had, because it's self learning. You know, it's an online class that without face to face interaction, without attending Zoom every Wednesday, every Friday, that hey, you have this kind of project, you need to present it right away. But it's about pure online class that you are the one who will study, learn from the resources of school.
That's
Yep.
interesting. That's interesting. Very interesting, because the thing is like what you are going through, with those 5 different internships, all of them having to deal with podcasts, and then the online study that you're dealing with. Is the online study leaning into podcasting as well, or is there more to it than that?
It's about business management. So a little bit, yeah, I think it's like business. So sooner or later, I want to have an agency, so it's, you know, in touch of business, so it's related.
Cool. What kind of agency are you looking to produce or to create?
Yep, it's, of course, it's about podcasts, since, you know, there are many podcasters who wants to launch and publish their podcast and managing their podcast. And of course, the dream of all is like be rank in podcast charts. So yeah, we were working on that, on how to be, you know, to be accountable on different clients.
Wow. So, how did you, what inspired you to take such a liking? I mean, to become so passionate about doing podcasts and knowing the ins and outs of it?
You know what? I came from academic. I'm a academic, super fun or avid fan of academic. And it's a sort of, I've become focused on academic without prioritizing or without knowing other skills. So I when I went in first year college, that's what my critical stage, because what I did was that I enrolled in criminology. You know that it's because that's what my older sister got. I mean, that's her course. So I don't have any idea what I'm going to take, since based from my intuition that even though I'm super avid fan of studies and academics, to be highly educated, like what always you know parents told us, in my heart it's like, Jade, that's not you. I
Mm.
think you got the confidence and the attitude, but that's not for you. So when pandemic came, it's like I became depressed, like what Generation Z always said, depressive, knowing herself, finding himself in a lost direction. So that's what I experienced. So when my sister, older sister, got pregnant, it's like there's a huge transition between me and of course my family, because like what I said, my family is super, the reputation is like clean, very, very formal, because we are five children. Then I'm the second, I'm the middle child.
Mm.
Since when I was child, like we are super, active, polite, the ideal children, the student that always, people love to encounter with. Then my parents was, my mother is working abroad in Saudi Arabia. So when I was eighth grade, she went there, and until now she was there. And my dad or my papa who is a farmer. We have business in farming in our place, and she did tracking business at the same time. So we live in a, in be independent. But I think the crucial part of that is we don't have any guidance, inter guidance from my family and from my parents, with the presence of them. I mean, their presence. So the tendency or what happened was my sister, became, how do I say it, a rebel, became
Mm.
rebel because of that, family problem that we have. So it's not it's not good to say this, but yeah, we have a family problem that time. So, but I think that's authentic. Yeah, that's authentic. So yeah, and accidentally my older sister got pregnant accidentally.
Mhm.
So that's was a huge transition of my life, because I I worked at in a young age. By that, like my my ate or my older sister, you know, find job without, without the the help of that man who has,
Mhm.
her boyfriend. So that's a very critical part. And we are naive. You're a naive for that new experience, because it's like we don't have any guidance, presence based from from my presence of my family, because they are doing something they think it's like for us, finding food for us. So yeah, that's that's it. And I don't and I don't know if you got my point.
I
Sorry for that.
No, no, that's thank you for sharing. So while your parents are working, and
Yep.
things are happening with your family is like changing, you know, the
Yep.
whole family is changing. They're no longer just it's like no longer just that perfect little family where everybody is so happy to see you, but some people began rebellious, and it's creating a whole new dynamic there. Meanwhile, you guys are kind of worried about, are we going to be able to eat today, huh? So and so like, and during that phase, is this what was happening to you? Like, where was your mind? And because something had to be going on in Jade.
Yep. You got it. You got it. So it's like I described that I lost my my mind as being formal, being quiet, being jolly, and academian student. It's like until now I've just sort of confusion about about myself. Like it's two things that happening is like choosing my career, since I'm the stage of choosing my career since I'm 2021. Then it's like a pressure, since I'm in a village, or I'm in a place of the expectation, since when I was in grade 1 until senior high school, I'm always, top 1 in class. So the reputation of our family is like, oh, you have this kid of, they someday she will become lawyer, she will become some doctor because she got has that grades. But I think because of I'm super obedient to my parents, that's what I did, that like to become a valedictorian in class. But the point here is when I became 20s, like 2021, there's a lot of transition between specifically my mind, because in academic, it's like you're interacting with your teacher, with your classmates, but that's not the real world. And when I became 20s, it's like this is the real world. And the real world, that what I mean is that finding job, and who are the people that can help me along the experience, along the hardship that I encounter emotionally from my family problem. But because of the attitude that I got when I was in under 20s, it's like you can do it no matter what. And just just enjoy, just enjoy every moment that you take, because that's a preparation for your success.
Wow. Wow. So this is, you had a lot going on there, you know, and I think that this is a very, very important discussion because there is a huge transitional phenomenon happening, going from, high school to college, going from grade school to college, going from underneath the parents' wings to kind of like flying on your own. The whole world is hitting young people at one time, and that preparation is more than just academia. you know that's
That's
one thing to get the knowledge, but the mindset, is huge.
Exactly, Joel.
So, what was it? Give me some examples of something that happened before you turned 20, that after you turned 20, you thought back and you're like, oh, that's why.
When I was 19, I, you know, my sister, older sister, got a job. Then since she, she has a child, baby born. I, I'm the one who replaced for her job. So I'm working. That was 19 years old. So until now, it's like, it's very quick happening about my life. And that's super exciting at the same time, but
Jade,
shocking.
if I may, just so I can have clarity. Your
Sure.
sister was working, your parents
Yep.
are away working, and
Yep.
she's pregnant, she has a child. So now, in order to support the family, you started working.
Yep. My parents, there is a lot of, you know, family, family something, and I think I, it's like confidential. It's like
Okay.
confidential to say, but I think the reason why we work a lot because of we are a big family, and since the boyfriend of my sister is not ready for being, father, my sister became father and mother, and that is to sustain the financial stuff of my niece. So that's why she worked, because it's accident, and it's not prepared for that huge for that huge change in that life, in her life.
And so you started working as well.
Yep. Yes.
And
It's
your
like,
work, mm-hmm, go ahead.
uh, it's like you have a lot of questions, I think. But yeah, it's a hanging questions, but yeah, just accept that the main point, I mean, the specific problem of my family. But yeah, I'm
So
working now.
so I
Yes.
I think that and Jade, you know, maybe being so close to it, it appears as like a problem, but I see you as being such a magnificent solution, a beautiful flower, and these morals, this value was planted inside your heart. And at 18, when things, 16, 17, 18 years of age, when things start to just kind of like shake, the foundation began to shake, all of a sudden here sprouts up this beautiful sunflower, tall and strong. And that's Jade. It's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And you became a part of the solution, you know and I think that that's a powerful thing, because there's many people that are in the same type of scenario, and sometimes we close in our situation as if there's nobody else in the world that's going through it. But yeah, there are other people going through it, and like your life is an inspiration to others, that you can make it. You can do this. You can overcome. You listed like 7 things that you overcame. You know, you kind of glossed
Wow.
over it, but you're like, I overcame depression. I was going through some issues with trying to to know myself, and I had lost my formalities, but then you became jolly again. You became happy again. You sought out knowledge and people to help coach you so you could overcome confusion. You overcame not knowing what your career path was, and now you're like settled in 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 internships that all have to deal with podcasting. You are running podcasting, you are managing podcasting, You are living this lifestyle. You are doing it, Jade. The weight of the world may have been on your shoulders, but you're like handling it extremely well.
Wow. Thank you for that kind words, Joe.
Well, I only say what I see, what I hear, and when I recognize something, I like to mention it because you are a powerful individual, and what you are doing in your village, in your community, and what you're doing on the air, as well as visual, as well as audio, is extremely impressive. And I think that the mark that you are leaving, the legacy that you are creating, will be something that will inspire young people as well as older people for a long time.
I don't know if that's compliment, but but yeah, I have no words to say, but yeah, thanks God I overcome all of that.
Yes. Thanks be to God that you've overcome all that. And so I understand some of these things as well because I've had long bouts with depression inside of my life. I've had struggling times with my career path. I've had times when I've absolutely lost myself, my way, and these types of things. And, you know, every single time I didn't put myself back together so well, but I'm here today. We're here today.
Wow. You have the same or commonalities, Joel. But yeah, congratulations. You did a, you know, awesome experience, and it's life changing for everyone.
It is. I agree. I agree. So, Jade, tell me something as far as it goes for you have a few podcasts that you actually have created and that you lead. What are the names of those podcasts and how can people watch them?
Yes, my podcasts are Your Talk Matters pod show. It's about society and culture. Well, I have friends in because of that depression. Depression is like connecting to the people that they don't know your actual experience, they but they have the chance to talk with you with a nice conversation without judgment. So yeah, that's society and culture. But that's hobby. That's my hobby. Podcast like sort of hobbies when I experience depression. Then the second is like agribusiness. It's about, since my father is like he has business in farming. So here in the Philippines, it's like farming is not a high priority, but since farming is like a huge contributor to economy, because the food of people. So that's what I decided. But I've published one episode, but it's purely Tagalog. So Joel, you can understand that.
All right. Because I sure will watch it. Okay.
Yeah, but but I will try my best to translate that and put English transcription for you.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Then the third is, this is the my priority and my latest. It's like it's a new podcast. It's about podcast managing. It's sort of you know um putting my business or podcast management in podcast, since I'm doing podcast production. And it's like it's airing to whole to in other countries. So maybe if they listen to that podcast, and if they are willing to have that podcast, maybe they will ask my service.
Beautiful. How can somebody request your services? Is there a specific link or a certain way that they should get in contact with you?
Yes. I have Instagram. It's like Dream Scribe Jade. Then my Facebook, it's like Pearly Domo. That's my first and last name. Then yeah, I have job um job job sites profiles. Do I do I mean it's like it's okay to to mention that or no? I mean the job sites like Upwork. That's not.
Yeah, well, whatever way they can get in contact with you, I'd love for you to be able to advertise yourself because I think that that's important. What you're doing is very important. And those that see or hear about this podcast and they see you, if they should, I would love for them to be able to get in contact with you to utilize your services and learn how to create their own podcast because it's a lot more to it than just showing up in front of a camera.
Yep. Yeah, I have profile in Upwork. It's like my real name, Pearly Domo. Then I think that's all. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, and we will also feature all of your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, your YouTube that you gave us. We'll feature all of that stuff in the description so people can reach out to you. I am so proud to know that there is somebody else out there that is working through all types of difficulties and striving to be the best version of themselves. When it all comes down to it, it does start with you just as much as it starts with me. And I think that that is a powerful statement that you decided to take a part of your own life into your hands and make something beautiful, you know.
Thank you, Joe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have any final words that you would like to share with the audience?
Be yourself, and it starts with you. It starts with me. Thank you for inviting me, Anna, and of course, Joel, inviting me on your show. Thank you, and it's my honor to be here on your show. And good luck for your success of your podcast, and
Awesome.
congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, Jade. All right. We definitely are glad to have had you on this show. All right. You take care, and I'll see you in the back.
Thank you, Joel. Bye.
As I stated before, Jade is amazing. She is a sweetheart, and I don't think that I don't know if we can actually recognize all of the brilliance that is inside of her and what she has committed herself to. But I mean, think about this. 5 internships. She is studying online and she has 3 podcasts that she is leading herself. She's also working with her family to create health and wealth within inside of her family. And I just think that her entire story is beautiful. And not only that, but there are many people that have struggled with some of the same things, and she is still very young in this thing. So there's nothing but success that is coming her way as long as she continues to press her way. Her final words: "Be yourself." I think that that means a whole lot because it does start with you. So wherever you are in life, just remember, as much as it starts with you, it starts with me. Peace.